How bad was
It was not my style of DJing.
Yeah.
It was the crowd. I knew I was a really, really good DJ, but the crowd there just wanted something that I couldn't offer. And as a young DJ, you don't know a lot of music. So maybe high chance I didn't have the catalog of what they needed. So they might ask me, do you have this song? And then I say, no, I don't have it. Do you have this song? No, I don't have it. Say, boo.
Wasikia ile uko nayo.
And I'm like, I'm just starting. But it's good to be booed also. You grow some thick skin.
What does that do to your confidence as a performer?
At that point, I was dented, by the way, by that boo.
Yeah.
Sana, I felt, this is not cool, man. These guys are not cool. And I remember I had a very bad evening that day.
Yeah.
And I played for very many hours. I think up to around midnight or something.
Yeah.
And I remember when I returned that machine, I didn't even enjoy that 500 ball. I didn't. And so we went, and then when 207 comes to an end, a couple of things transpire that changed my mind. One is, I feel like, my peers at that point, they're all on campus. When you get, see, I cleared in 04. There used to be a 1 year, 03. There used to be a 1 year break.
Yeah,
so 05, 06, 07, 08, guys are doing campus.
Almost fourth year.
So I'm here finishing 07, and I'm like, most of my guys are either in school, they are learning, they are doing these university degrees. At that point, me and my mom, we are not in good talking terms. Me and my dad, we are not even talking at all. It is just bad. And so I can't even reach out to them because what they wanted of me is not what I wanted of myself.
Yeah.
And so there is that shame of, I don't want to reach out to them because I don't want to do this accounting thing. I still want to do music, even if it's not working that much.
Yeah.
I still want to do music. But I don't know why my mind goes here. I go like, come 208. I want to find a girl and I want to marry her in 2010. That's what I tell myself. You hear me, Moses? Oh my God. I'm like, I don't know where that thought came from, but I went like, I want to find someone.
Yeah.
And I want to get married in 2010. I want to find someone in 08 and get married in 2010. At the same time, I could sense the way I was DJing in school, I had really, really grown.
Yeah.
I could sense I was about to break out as a DJ. I could just feel it. I couldn't place it, but I could feel there's just something good around the corner.
Yeah.
But I don't know when it's coming, but I could just sense it. But I could feel I need to be settled down before I break out. And so that's why I felt like, hey, I need to find, a girl and marry her so that when I blow, I'm already married. So, come 08.
Wait.
Yes.
You're really this is a whole form of manifesting things to come.
Manse,
There's that breakthrough is just in your emotions.
I can just sense there's something in the realm.
And you're already prepared. Let me get a girl, get married. Now, how na anything at that point?
You have a very good question.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Now, during that of 06 and 07, when I'm working at that DJing school, I am starting to go to industry events as a DJ to see other DJs. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
And so I am meeting other DJs, I'm meeting other gospel musicians, I'm meeting this community of people. And so, as I'm meeting them, I'm just looking at how they're behaving, how they're carrying themselves, and I'm like, I don't want to be like you when I become a star. I want to be different, man. I don't want to be that guy who's always just smiling at chicks randomly because you're unsure. You're here handing out like 20 tight hugs to 20 different women all at the same time. That just wasn't sitting well with me. Is that making sense? So these are things I'm observing and I'm like, I don't want to live like this.
Yeah.
This is purely because of that 1 year of
Grounding.
Grounding. Yes.
Now it makes more
Yeah,
sense.
so yes, so I was told this is how you handle women in a public environment. And so I'm going to these Christian gigs and I'm seeing how these fellow musicians and DJs are handling women, and I'm like, me, I don't want to be like this. I'm not saying they're doing bad things, but I'm just feeling like I don't want to handle other people's girls like this. No. So when it comes to 8, I just feel like I need to get married to avoid problems like this. So you see how my mind is?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So come or 8. Or 8, our mentor calls us and says, I want you guys to write down all the girls you think you can marry right now. Yes. Yeah. And so begin with the girl who you think you can marry.
Yeah.
And then if she says no, think of who else you can go to.
Option B.
If that one says no,
Yeah.
think of someone else you can go to. And I remember we asked him, why are you doing this? And I remember he said, I don't want you guys to think of something when you hear out here known as soulmates. No, there's nothing like soulmates in the kingdom. It's the right girl for you, my friend. You'll just find peace. Yes. This person you think is the one, if you don't have peace, they will tell you no. High chance they will even push you away, or you'll just lack peace.
Yeah.
Yes. And so go and you'll find the one that will give you peace. How do you do this? Be within the community. Yes, meet these girls within the community. Go hang out, go for birthdays, go for Bible studies, go to graduations, go to all these events. The girl that gives you peace.
Don't wait.
Yeah. Not don't wait. Now you can make a move. So I write. And then I say, I'm going to attack with this girl, number 1. Yes. And so I start sending her SMSs. Back then it was SMSs. There was no WhatsApp.
This is 08 now.
This is early 08.
Yeah. Facebook is trying to pick up by this time.
Did I? Yeah. Do you know I actually got a Facebook account in 08?
Yeah, because it was
I got
starting to pick up.
Mid or end of 08. Around there.
Yeah.
So we come, I start SMSing this girl. Her nickname was Missy. So I would SMS Missy. And then I would say, hi Missy, how are you doing? I thought about you today. I thought I'd check up on you. I'd say hi and keep well. Have a great day. And then Missy would text back, and then she would say, hi, great to read from you. I'm well. I'm good. I'm fine. James 5:28 says,
Boom.
What's this? This girl would respond with a Bible verse. Every time I SMS'd Missy, she would respond with Bible verses. And I was wondering, does she think I'm not saved yet or what? and so we continued SMSing each other throughout the year.
Yeah.
But there's a funny prayer I had made at that point. I told God, the girl who puts sugar in my tea or put a straw in my drink, that's how I'll know my wife. And so I made this prayer sometime in early 06. So all of 06, we are going to events. We are going to these Bible studies. We are going to these youth events. Anything that is youth oriented. And I'm just observing. Yes, we just arrive, and then they say, hey, Moses, Karosh, tea is over there. And then I just know, she's not here today. Is that making sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah, so I could sense. Say, go pick your sodas over there, or nini, or what, or you go and visit someone and they say, do you guys want some tea? And then the cups are put on the table, and then the flask is put on the table. And then you observe, you go like, okay, looks like it's not here. And then you put tea for yourself. Is that making sense?
Yeah,
So that's how.
sense.
So that had never happened to me in those 2 years.
Yeah.
Looks like God was just waiting for the right point. So around August, I text Missy and I tell her, hey, let's hang up. Let's meet up. We haven't met in a while. And so we meet up with this girl, and we meet up at August Bomb Blast. So we enter there. We had passed by a supermarket, bought some 2 juices and some queen cakes. So we go, we sit down. The girl opens her juice. So the paper bag is on the ground. We are seated. So she goes in, picks a juice, removes it. As she's opening, I am going to pick mine. Opens, puts a straw in the drink, and says, "Shika." Most as you can imagine, what was going through my mind?
That's it.
Fireworks. Fireworks all over. I can't believe this is it.
Yeah, this is it anyway.
I am like, my God. Either way. I calm myself down. Either we haven't even catched up. So we decide, let's catch up. We catch up. At the end of the catch up, I say, hey, I have something I want to tell you right now. If you say yes to me now, I'm going. If you say yes to me now, I have a plan for you. That's what I told her.
Yeah.
If you say yes to me now, I have a plan. The girl looks at me and says, "Oh, Karosh, I'm going to pray for you."
I'm so sorry.
The girl says she's going to pray for
I'm so sorry, man.
for me. But in my mind,
Yeah.
what I hear is,
Yeah.
that is not a clear-cut no.
Mm.
It's not a straight-up no.
Mm.
I go like, I'm going to continue pursuing. So I continue SMSing the girl, meeting up, tea, here, there, stuff. The girl is still not saying no.
Yeah.
No, and I was aggressive with this girl. Wow. I remember one day there was a concert here at Seatown. And and there's a guy from her church who used to like her. And so they just left church. You know, there's a bus stop over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just about to go and take
That
a
Valley Road, yeah?
Yes, that Valley Road. So I go, I see her, and then I rush to her up kwa stage. And then I say, hey, what's up, you good? And then I tell her, in front of the guy.
Yeah.
So most imagine you're standing there
Yeah.
with a girl you like, okay? And that chick is the same chick I like,
Yeah.
okay? Then I see you with her. And then bring your hand, and then I give you this firm handshake. You feel how uncomfortable
Oh
that
my
handshake
God.
is. It's
Yeah,
a
that's-
firm and a
that's-
tight one.
Yeah.
A very uncomfortable handshake.
Yeah.
So I give this guy a very uncomfortable handshake. So I can see it throws him off.
Is it
completely.
to intimidate him?
It is. It is to intimidate. Everything there is
Definitely.
to everything
Yeah.
there is malicious, if we can put it like that. And say, give him a firm handshake. I say, hey, you're good, awesome, nini. And then I turn to the girl. Are you safe? In front of him. Are you safe? Are you okay? Do you want me to make sure you're in the city, Pandemat? No, I'm okay. I'm here with this guy. We're good. We are nice. Sa. Yeah. Call me, eh? Sa. Oh my God. Aki, I did that to many guys.
Yeah.
Any guy that I thought that I kind of
competition.
knew, I made sure I had my presence felt. And at that point,
Yeah.
I'd just begun playing on radio, by the way. Around May or 8, I began playing there at Hope. And so when the show would come to an end, I would say, me and my boys, they would say, that girl who's keeping DJ Krowbar parking. So we're not saying her name, but you can imagine how uncomfortable that would be
For her.
for her. Man. We really pushed it. And so we continued like that, November, October, then December comes. December is a huge one for me. I had enrolled in this DJing competition.
Yeah.
It was a beer-sponsored event. And long story short, I win that competition. Playing gospel music.
How huge is that for you?
I entered that competition for a very simple reason. I just wanted to have my own DJing equipment. That's all I want.
Yeah.
But this is what they were giving away. They were giving away a brand new van, DJ equipment, sound equipment, and a 1-year radio contract.
Oh.
Literally, you become a millionaire overnight.
Yeah.
And so I win that competition.
Mm.
That's when my life changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the transformation of my life begins.
Mm.
You know, I remember one of the verses Missy sent me was, my wife. So it says, the wealth of the wicked now belongs to the righteous.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow. Man. Yes, who would have thought that gig was a marketing nightmare for EABL?
Yeah.
A huge nightmare.
Let's keep on that
Yes.
event. What goes through your head when you're signing up for? You've grown in your ministry, you've grown in your faith,
Yes.
and then there's this event which the sponsors are, of course, the outlook of the event is so
Yes.
secular.
Yes.
You're a Christian DJ.
Yes.
Yeah, the skills, the machines you're using, the equipment you're using,
Yes.
don't really care who's playing or the music that is being
Yes.
played. It's just normal equipment. But the outlook of the event is pretty secular. What goes through your head when you're signing up for this or when you're stepping into that stage?
Love that question. When I enrolled for the event, I told my mentor then, his name was DJ Mose. I told Mose, I'm entering this competition. I told Mose and Jugush, I'm entering this competition. And I'm going to play gospel music. If they tell me to play secular music, I'm dropping out of the competition.
Yeah.
So I entered the competition thinking I would be thrown away, anticipating it. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So I go to the heats, I pass. Second heats, I pass. Quarterfinals, I pass.
Ooh.
Semis, I pass. I'm now in the finals. And the finals were so big, bro.
Yeah.
We had our faces scattered all over the country on billboards.
Yeah.
That is how big it was. I thought they would eject me by the time we were hitting the finals because I was the only DJ there playing gospel music. Everyone else was playing secular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally also, I was looking at the event, you're coming up against some of the guys you had actually taught.
Yes.
How does that even feel as a teacher?
I wasn't even scared about that.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I wasn't even scared about that. What I knew was, now there's something I haven't mentioned here, is I am a neat freak. And so out of that I over prepare. And so any competition, any of those phases I went, they would say you're only playing two sets. There's no competition I went with only 2 sets. All of them I had 4 sets. I always was over prepared. And so because I knew I was over prepared, I knew that was not the habit of some of these guys. Yes. I knew everyone there had 2 sets. Yes. And I knew I had 4. I knew I had 4 sets. I was prepared for hit 1. Then they decide the top 3. And then they decide the winner. If that doesn't work, it goes to top 2. If they don't work, another top 2. I was prepared to play 4 sets to win that competition. Yes. And so I think at that point is preparation met opportunity. That's how the miracle came.
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time. I was expecting to be thrown away, literally, but they never threw me away. Yes. And so when I won that competition, man, the following year was different. I wasn't given the things immediately. I remember we had a New Year's event, and then 2009 began. Now, when I won, I realized they had organized a nationwide tour for the winner.
Yeah.
So these are paying gigs. Nationwide tour for the winner. But here I am, I'm playing gospel music. So I can't go playing gospel music promoting a beer
brand. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes zero sense.
And so we had a meeting with the brand manager, and they said, "This is what we'll do." Actually, I have a testimony here to share. I remember they said, "If you decide to play secular music, all this money you will get it." The valuation that we had for that tour, well over 1 million shillings, will be yours. But if you don't, we are going to split this money 3 ways, between number 1, number 2, and number 3. And so I said, boss, I remember telling them, God has brought me this far. I am not letting him go. I remember in that meeting clearly in January 09, God has brought me this far. I am not letting go of this guy.
Yeah.
Yes. And they said, it's all right. We'll do this tour, but just know you won't get the value. I was like, it's okay. Me, I'm okay.
How much are you getting now?
At that point, I think we were being paid like, was it 30,000 an event? And we had like 12 gigs back to back.
Almost $500,000.
Yeah, it's almost half a mic. So, we did quite a number of gigs. And I remember we started doing that tour. I'm still sending my messages. I'm still getting Bible verses.
You're shining on one side, but on the other one.
The other one, nothing. So I remember on February,
Yeah.
I'll never forget these dates. February the 3rd, we at Nyayo Stadium. Opposite there used to be a Nakumat Mega, right?
Yeah, where there's Carrefour right
Yes,
now.
there's Carrefour.
Yeah.
Upstairs there used to be a restaurant known as Books Fast. So now I can afford to go to a good, a semi-decent.
Definitely.
Yes.
That's the money now.
Yes, now we can afford a good place. So I go there with this girl and we're having lunch. And then she says, as we are just chilling and talking, and then she says, you keep saying you have a plan. What is this plan that you keep saying? And then you want to hear it? And then she says, yes. If you say yes to me right now, I'm gonna marry you next year. She looks at me, and then she says, when next year? And then I say, April. Then she says, April is too soon. Then I say, when do you want it? Then she says, August.
First of all, this is one of the most creepiest things I've had before. How do you just... What are you seeing in this girl? Because now you're looking so creepy in the way you're approaching her. If I was hard feel
let me tell you, this girl liked me because I was upfront and straightforward.
That did she?
I wasn't trying it out with her. Is that making sense? I'm not trying it out. I am done and dusted. If you say yes to me, this is where we are going.
Why did you like?
That's very good. I mean, I know what I liked about her.
Was there any 2-3 things you'd say?
It's two.
Okay.
One, belief system.
All right.
By belief system is both of us, and this is a very basic statement, by the way.
Yeah.
Both of us believed the Lord Jesus Christ as our personal and Savior. Done. And you can't go beyond that if you stand. Yeah. That is
equally yoked.
Equally yoked.
Yeah.
At that point, we are equally yoked. Two, values. We don't marry people because we know them. Mose, I'm going to tell you right now, you're just about to get married in a short while. You won't marry the girl because you know her.
No.
Boss, me, I'm married for 14 years. I can confidently tell you, the girl I married 14 years ago is not the girl I have now. She's changed.
Yeah.
She's a better person. People change. If you look at yourself 5 years ago, what was important to you 5 years ago is not important to you now.
No.
There. So that, as humans, we change. But, so that means this girl right here, we don't marry them because we know them. We marry them because those two things have aligned, beliefs and values. And then the final thing is you are at peace. Have you ever made a decision and not been at peace with it?
She's not even anxious.
No, have you ever made a decision and not be at peace?
Yeah.
Like you make a decision. Let me give you context. There are people in your life right now, if they ask you for 1,000 shillings, you'll not find peace.
Yeah.
And you don't hate them. You just will go like, I'm not at peace with this thing. And there are people who will borrow you a G.
You don't even ask.
You won't even think twice. There. That's peace. That kind of peace is the peace you want with your person. You want that kind of assurance. And the reason I'm speaking about peace is because Christ Jesus is the Prince of Peace. That is a signature that Christ is in this. When you have peace.
Yeah.
When you don't have peace, let it go, bro. Wachilia. Let it go. So me, I was at peace.
Yeah.
And so the reason Joy, and I remember she told me this later on. The reason, and at that point I'm making a move on her. Yeah. Joy is a high profiler in church. She was a youth leader. Joy had preached on 3 services at Sitam Buruburu. That is a high profile.
Now any DJ.
Mini DJ. You can imagine how those guys are struggling with me. Yes, the leadership there was like, what? A DJ.
But you're not just any DJ.
I am a gospel DJ.
You're renowned.
I am a known
yeah.
gospel DJ, but I'm still a DJ to them.
Yeah.
DJing was not as where it is right now. DJing is now very established in the country.
Yeah.
And so, man, my friend, the reason she said yes to me was because I came with a plan. Most girls don't marry boys because they have it. It's because they look at you and they go like, this guy looks like he's going somewhere. And he has a vision. They buy into your vision. They don't buy into what you have. They buy into your vision.
Yeah.
Yes. Even though in this city right now, the narrative is for now. That's why we have this wababas culture.
Yeah, what you have.
What do you have now? You know? But a well-grounded woman, a well-grounded girl will buy into your vision.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then from that day henceforth, Moses, we began planning our wedding. Every other date was, which venue should we use?
Yeah.
Who is going to do food for us? Or flowers? Or this? Or every other day was a semi-committee meeting. We were always talking, always doing dates, just moving around, looking for places and stuff. As that is going on in 09, Kubamba entered TV for the first time. See, I'm with Kubamba.
Yeah.
Even me, I enter TV. And we do the whole of 2009 on Crossover 101. That was the first time I entered TV. I was a very timid guy. I couldn't even talk the way I'm talking. They would just say, hey, we have a guy here, and he's known as DJ Krowbar, and all I'll do was just smile.
Just let your hands do.
Because I didn't know what to say. I was not as confident as I am right now. But I was confident with DJing, not with talking.
But that was meaningful for them.
And at that point, it was very meaningful.
Yeah.
And so we did that whole 1 year. And that whole 1 year changed the future of the industry. Because when that year ended, that's when Citizen TV came calling. And they came hard. Yes. They poached Akina Kubamba from NTV. That's when you knew the game is changing. So when they were poached, now it was money, and it was not little money anymore. It was more of like, okay, this is what is here, this is where we are going and stuff. And me, I said, I want to be paid X amount of money. And I was told you're too expensive. Then I said, hey guys, if it's too expensive, you guys go on. And they went on. Yeah, and Kubamba became one of the biggest gospel shows. So that year of 2009, me continued DJing. I was doing a lot of weddings. Because of being on TV for one whole year. That is good visibility, bro. We capitalized on that visibility. So I made a living out of doing weddings. Just DJing at weddings. Every other wedding right there. And so we continued as I was planning my wedding too. Yes. Came September 3rd, got married. Continued doing weddings.
Yeah.
Continued.
Still on TV?
No, I'm not on TV. The whole of 2010 I was not on TV. So we got married in September, October, November, December, January, Feb. Things change for me in Feb. That's when KTN comes calling. February 2011. I go for a screen test there. Because they saw the numbers. KTN saw these are the numbers NTV is hitting Sunday morning. These are the numbers Citizen is hitting Sunday morning. We have to bite into this pie. And that's how I got a phone call. I never knew anyone at Standard. So, phone call from Mr. Ndiema comes through.
Yeah.
Yes. And through Mr. Ndiema, we get my contract to go on TV. And when I entered TV, I had a very shallow mindset about TV. I said, I am going to be the biggest DJ in this country. That was my mindset. It was not even ministry.
Just the craft now.
My mind was, I know I'm a very good DJ. Now let me be a big DJ. And so I would always over-prepare. You know me, I'm an over-preparing kind of guy. I over-prepare, I come on air, I kill it. Over-prepare, kill it. But what is going on that I'm not realizing is, see, there's that place where we go on, we do a link.
Yeah.
And me and Diema and Mwende, we talk. When the three of us are talking, and then we go off air, one day Diema tells me, people like it when you speak your mind than when you DJ.
Wow.
And I go like, what?
Well, that's hard hitting.
So, my mind is like, Allah, the script is changing now, man. What's going on here? Then he says, I want you to do this. Anytime we have a topic, start preparing for it in advance.
Not just the music.
Prepare the music and then prepare for the topic also. Yes. Because we always knew what you are going to do by Tuesday. What you'll do on Sunday. Because we had production meetings on Tuesday. And so, my friend, that changed everything. By the time I was entering 2012, I was now entering 2012 with the mindset of your speech needs to be seasoned with salt anytime you open your mouth. Yes. So I started becoming keen. I started reading more books, reading more articles and stuff, you know, and expanding on ideologies. If a topic is presented, we Google about it more. We read more articles here and there, so that we are well equipped in advance. If a guest is coming, I prepare more for the guest, and so that changed the trajectory. And then after that, and then we had a meeting. Yeah. I remember we had a very interesting meeting with the then biggest DJs, the biggest gospel DJs in the country. And so I remember we went and we talked and we said, hey, let's do this. Let's start playing more Kenyan music. Yes. Let's start playing more.
You guys were playing more.
We were playing more Western stuff.
Yeah.
When we were on radio up or 8 or 9. So at around 11 there, we decided, let's play more Kenyan music because we are now on TV more. Let's play more music of our people. Let's put it in a place where our people are seeing more of people like them on air. Like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And boss, from that point, that's when the gospel scene went commercial.
Yeah. How does it feel, like just seated there, looking back at some 11 years ago?
Yes.
Having been to revolutionize how we received our own music.
Yes.
How does it feel looking back at that?
How impactful
that moment
was? At that point, I wasn't even thinking it's going to be a big deal. Let me be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It wasn't my vision. It was DJ Moses' vision. He was the one who wanted Kenyans to see more Kenyans on TV. It was his vision. And we are people he's mentored. And so he's just sharing his vision with us for the sake of the industry. And when we were doing it, we didn't think it was going to be big. Within 1 year, it was humongous. One year, it was very big. Very, very big deal. And that really changed how we approached music.
Yeah.
And so with that, we got to a place where we started researching more about music. And so we would say, now let's look for an artist and play this artist. And I remember one of the guys I bumped into was a guy known as Mag 44. I don't know whether you've ever heard of Mag 44. Mag 44 is a gospel rapper from Zambia. And so I started playing his song. here in Kenya. And Moses, I'm telling you, within a span of 6 months to 1 year, Mark 44, do you know Pompey?
Yeah.
Yes, that's how I got to know Pompey through Mark 44. Abel Chungu, Tio, all these Zambian artists penetrated the Kenyan scene. All this out of research. I remember another big thing that transpired when in my TV years was around 2013 there. A Catholic priest came to see me one Sunday afternoon after my show. And he brought me like 8 or 10 DVDs and he said, we have quite a number of Catholic music videos. I just wanted you to have them. Look for any song you can play. And I remember that week going through that music. And then I decided, let me pick 6, 7 songs and play them. Randomly, with no agenda whatsoever. And I remember that Sunday I played one set of Catholic music. The number of Catholics that tuned in the following week, bro, that was a huge deal. Because they had never ever gotten visibility on that scale. That was a... Yeah, do I think?
Do you think this was the Kenyan gospel music scene at its prime, as they say, at its peak? Because we've hit a low since then.
Yes, we've gone through a low. But you have to anticipate that.
Did you anticipate a certain low a few years later?
I like that question. Love that question.
Did you think at your heights that things would turn around once we get to the late 2010s and 2020s?
We would be told, one of the things I learned around 08 or 09 is the industry changes every 4 years. And so I began DJing in 04. In 08, that's when I won. That is 4 years later. Between 08 and 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's when I went on TV as a solo brand. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those were the primest years of gospel music in Kenya. And gospel music was at a high. But even now, when it is low, one thing I love about serving God is there will always be a remnant.
There will always be one.
Aki. If you look at the gospel scene right now, there are still those gospel artists that God is using. There will always be a remnant. And so those are things we cannot ignore. I keep telling people, anyone who says, gospel is now low, I say, yeah, it's bound to happen. Nothing stays high all the time. Nothing stays high all the time. People have their seasons. Your season might be 1 year, might be 4, might be 10, might be 20, but you will not be on top for long. Yes. The cycle of life has to happen on you. And so I anticipated it, but I didn't think it would go the way it went. Yes. I think it going down came about by the biggest gospel artist just turning more worldly and more worldly. And this would be when guys like Pose and Bahati started doing more love songs. There was like a season. Those love songs were gospelish. Then they went from gospel into ratchet.
Here we are.
And they were the biggest gospel acts like 5 or 7 years ago. And now here they are. They are the biggest secular artists. That just affected the industry in a very, very big way. It was not something simple for them.
Get us to understand more when you mean, how does two people drag a whole industry
mentorship
to one side?
Mentorship. Let me circle around. Who, you see, these two guys, who were they around? Who was around them? Everything rises and falls on leadership. If they don't have men to hold their hand, they will fall. One of the biggest challenges you face as a gospel minister is pride. Is pride. And pride has to be crushed for God to use you. Aki, pride has to be dealt with, bro. Let me give you context. Like who? Like Moses. I like this story. Moses married this girl. And guess what? Moses lived under this girl's father for 40 years.
Yeah.
You imagine marrying your current chick and living with her parents. Boss, your pride will be dealt with. Solid, a good one. A good one.
Yeah.
God has to crush your pride. Yes. And you have to allow him. You have to allow him. And so some of these guys, like in a seed and whoever, they were in a space where no one could tell them anything. You know, when you become a big star and you refuse to have a grounding voice in your life, and I can understand, let me give you a context. When your brand starts growing, you get to a place where your friends, your family, your leaders start seeing you as a star.
Yeah.
So these are people you care about. They stop seeing you as a human being and they start seeing you as a star. It will throw you off, bro.
Yeah.
It will throw you off. It throws many celebrities off. Because you can't believe your own mother is starstruck. You're not expecting your mother to be starstruck.
Yeah.
But they are starstruck to see you. This is why having a community that grounds you is important. People who are not star-stricken. Is that making sense?
Yeah, it makes
People
sense.
to settle your thinking down. People to say, Buddha, hiyo kitu nafanya. Yes, poa. People who can call you out and not spare you. That is important.
Yeah.
This man never had that. Because everyone around them was star-stricken by them. Every single one.
Yeah.
So they had no reasoning voice. Yes. You go see your pastor is starstruck.
The way it was when you walked in.
So,
Yeah.
you go see someone who you're expecting a grounding voice.
Yeah.
They're starstruck to see you. Mutaambiana. We imagine umeenda kuona your pastor anasema, okay, Moses, you're here. Even you go like, now I can't talk to you.
You become bigger than him.
Yeah. You can't. You don't have capacity to hear what I'm about to tell you. You need someone who's not star-stricken when they see you. To ground your voice. Yes.
How does that affect a DJ on TV? Because you've got the platforms to play the music.
Yes.
Somebody who is bringing you the music has shifted his music. You still have the platform.
Yes.
You still have the microphones on the radio stations.
Yes.
You still have the influence. If you decide to shut off their music, you still will play music.
Yes.
How does that affect you as a DJ? Because, and I'm not putting you to the table to answer questions.
I like that
I feel like
it.
Some of you knew the industry is starting to change.
It's starting to get rotten.
It's starting to get rotten.
Yes.
How hard was it for some of you to say, if some Christian musicians are laying off to the left, can't we start changing? You researched Pompey, found him in Zambia.
Our best to talk to these guys.
Yeah.
Me, on a personal level, I did my best.
Yeah.
But you can only do so much. You're not God. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
The question is, you need to understand one thing about music.
Yeah.
Music is either controlled by the Spirit of God or by demons.
Yeah.
There is no gray areas. Let me repeat that statement for anyone who's not getting
Please
it.
do.
It's either controlled by the Spirit of God or by demons. There is no gray area in music. Menishika.
Yeah.
Hapo ndo walitu inachezea. And so, with that in play, when people go secular, just especially, there is secular that is bearable. Like, you can sing a song about corruption, you can sing a song about patriotism, you can sing a song about election, about agriculture.
Like
those are secular songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are secular songs. But there are songs about the nation. But there are now secular songs that are evil, where you sing about what you're going to do to someone else's daughter. Someone